It isn't the first time Toronto has seen that kind of flooding. Remember the big storm 5 years ago? The rainfall was so intense, more than 1,000 people had to be rescued off a flooded GO train. Back then, it was essentially a warning of more floods to come, and the city has been scrambling to prepare for future intense storms, spending $82 million last year to manage stormwater and try and prevent basement flooding and stop sewage from entering our waterways. But as an associate prof at U of T tells me, Toronto isn't the only city grappling with flooding. Is the city failing in its flood management?
I think cities across North America are challenged because they're facing much more intensive flooding, much more than in the past, and they're trying to retrofit, and retrofitting after the fact is difficult. And the other issue is that our cities, as they intensify and grow, the spaces become harder. We get less green space and more concrete, more areas that are paved over. And so when you do have these flooding incidents, there's less ability for the system to manage it, and there's more runoff, and so you get these major flooding incidents.
Do you think any city can ever protect itself fully from the flooding we saw last night?
No. I think that cities face these challenges. I think that the weather and the climate is powerful, and in some cases more powerful than we are prepared to defend against it, and you're not going to be able to defend against everything. Critical is the idea of creating permeable spaces. Green roofs is one strategy that the city has followed.
Now, Mayor John Tory came under some criticism today for his role in helping shelve a stormwater management plan last year, and it would have changed how homes and businesses were billed for water. Instead of just based on consumption, it also would have been based on the size of their parking lots and roofs, and the idea was that they could perhaps get more incentive to create green spaces or more porous spaces so that they would pay for less for water. Tory defended the move, shelving that project today.
I will say we have a robust plan. It involves the investment of hundreds of millions of dollars. That money is being collected and invested in hugely improved infrastructure. People can see that with their own eyes across the city. And so there is no detriment to the ability the city is having at the present time to invest in dramatically improved infrastructure.
Now, the city tells me the improvements they are now making to Toronto's water infrastructure is now based on a 100-year storm philosophy, one that is so intense that before it would only come 100 years. And don't forget, our infrastructure, in part, is 100 years old, so it was not designed to withstand these storms that we are seeing more and more often.